Hey everybody, I'm Kyle Larson, and you're watching the ACS.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me double shot of time! Give me fuel, give me fire, give me double shot of time!
Welcome to the Aflac Cup Series Season 9 finale, where this event returns to the Detroit Motor Speedway, a track that's been in the Aflac Cup Series since Season 1, but has been absent since Season 6. As you may notice, the track has been remodeled and rebranded to look more like a new age racetrack, and the fans are excited to bring this track back to the Cup Series, where we'll be hosting the Season 9 finale consisting of 4 finalists. Kyle Larson on the pole today. There's Keselowski, he was knocked out. Kyle Busch has been surrounded in controversy. And then Martin Truex Jr. in his final race in Furniture Row. Then there's Erik Jones, the highest qualifying finalist in the Season 9 finale. Erik Jones looks to be strong. Ryan Blaney just 2 positions back. And that Penske Ford, that bright car, will be hard to miss him on the racetrack today. There's Chase Elliott, knocked out last week on the last lap with an accident with Kyle Busch. Aric Almirola just missed it as well. And then Clint Bowyer, the winner at Martinsville, advanced through that lock-in win. And then Jimmie Johnson, your last finalist, starting mid-pack today in that retro 2002 version of his Lowe's Chevrolet. One last ride for Lowe's as well for Team 48. So now we're going to check out the Championship 4 in more detail. Erik Jones this season had 2 wins, 4 top 5s, 9 top 10s, and 1 at Texas to make the finale. Clint Bowyer had 1 win, 4 top 5s, 10 top 10s, and 1 at Martinsville to advance. Here at Detroit Motor Speedway, and we'll check out your starting lineup. On the pole today is Kyle Larson, to his outside, Big Bad Brad Keselowski. Row 2, Kyle Busch in the New Jersey Fury, Martin Truex Jr. Row 3, Kevin Happy Harvick and Denny Derails Hamlin. Row 4, that Jones boy, Erik Jones next to Jamie McMurray. Row 5, Ryan Blaney next to Ryan Newman. Row 6 is Chase Elliott and Aric Almirola. Row 7 today, Clint Bowyer next to Alex the Showman Bowman. Row 8, Jimmie 7-time champion Johnson next to Ricky Reckhouse. Row 9 is Max Kansas next to William Byron. Row 10, Ty Dillon and his older brother Austin Dillon. Row 11, Daniel Suarez and Regan Smith. And row 12 is Camden Luca and Bubba Wallace. Row 13, Joey Logano and Paul Menard. Row 14, Michael McDowell and Kurt Busch. Row 15 is AJ Allmendinger and Carter Adelman. And in row 16 is Chris Buescher and Michael Shelton. Row 17, Tyler Saponara and Jimmy Alanya. And row 18 is Bryce Harvey next to David Reagan. Row 19, Micah Knapp and Matt DiBenedetto. And in row 20 is Sam McAllister. The green flag is in the air. We are live for the finale. Larson gets a great jump on the field. He'll take the lead heading into turn 1 and off of turn 2. Kyle Busch racing in second. Truex already up to third. Keselowski falling from second to fifth. Oh my gosh, Ryan Blaney slides up the racetrack trying for a pass on Denny Hamlin. Did not get it to stick. Now he's losing more positions as Chase Elliott gets by him. Now Kevin Harvick's going to look to the inside. There's your other two playoff contenders. Oh no, Newman spins up in the Bowyer. Caution is out. Clint Bowyer, lots of damage to that 14 Ford Fusion. Caution on the racetrack as Ryan Newman gets wrecked up into Clint Bowyer. It looks like he wrecked off the nose of Jimmie Johnson. Oh no, yeah, Jimmie Johnson just got right into Ryan Newman. I think Johnson wasn't expecting Newman to come down like he did. It did look like Newman was supposed to stay kind of in that middle, and he chopped off Jimmie Johnson. Yeah, Newman just unaware of where he's racing at on the racetrack. And ends up wrecking Clint Bowyer, a championship contender. So Clint Bowyer is out of the hunt for the championship. 3 remain though, so we'll start it off. Green flag is in the air. Kyle Larson and Martin Truex Jr. head into turn 1, off of turn 2. There's Hamlin making it 3 wide. And through 3 and 4, Kyle Larson and Truex. Erik Jones up to third. Look at Erik Jones fly through the field. That's good for his championship hopes. Erik Jones needs this great run to separate himself from that fast Ryan Blaney. Larson, though, in an intense battle between him and Martin Truex Jr. as we hit the halfway point here in Detroit. There's Blaney trying for a pass on Chase Elliott, and then Denny Hamlin's going to take over that third position from Erik Jones. Just 2 positions separate Erik Jones and Ryan Blaney. And here's Keselowski going for a pass on Jones now. Erik Jones is starting to drop like a rock here, as expected, because we know that Ryan Blaney is fast and Erik Jones has been less consistent all year long. Now just 1 position splits between Ryan Blaney and Erik Jones, and that's the 18 of Kyle Busch. But Blaney goes wide through turn 1 and 2. That opens the door for Chase Elliott and Jimmie Johnson. Haven't talked much about Jimmie Johnson today, but here he is showing up late when it matters. Jimmie Johnson takes over that position from Ryan Blaney. Side by side they race as Erik Jones loves seeing this in his rearview mirror. Looks like Kyle Busch is going to try for a pass on Erik Jones. You think Kyle Busch would sit there and block, but Kyle Busch wants a chance at this victory. And now we have the 3 title contenders running 1, 2, 3 here at Detroit. They split. Ryan Blaney goes for the pass on Erik Jones. Ryan Blaney takes it over. Here comes Johnson. Oh, they go 3 wide. They make contact. Blaney spins to the inside, collecting Johnson. And Erik Jones as well. Erik Jones has some damage. He's not in the clear just yet, but Ryan Blaney and Jimmie Johnson both have major damage. And Erik Jones looks like he's going to stay on the track, and he's going to win the championship by default of this crash. What just took place here in Detroit as Ryan Blaney and Jimmie Johnson wreck out here as they go 3 wide down the backstretch. Watch here. It looks like Blaney definitely comes down on Erik Jones. Erik Jones was kind of a sit and duck there in the middle. As they went through 1 and 2, Jones got some momentum coming off of turn 2, and I don't think Blaney expected that to happen. And then Blaney gets turned into Jimmie Johnson with a hard impact. Jones has damage to both sides of his race car, but it's not day-ending as this contact for Blaney and Johnson is. So Ryan Blaney, Erik Jones, Jimmie Johnson, the 3 title contenders remaining, all involved in this crash. But Erik Jones is the only one that will continue, and he is your Season 9 champion out of that. But we still have a race to finish. It's Kyle Larson on the front row. To his outside, Martin Truex Jr. Green flag is back in the air. Looks like Truex takes a great jump. but Keselowski gets into the back of him, puts him in the wall, side by side for the race lead now between Larson and Keselowski. Hamlin's going to make it 3 wide. Look at Denny Hamlin break into the picture. Here comes Chase Elliott as well. Hamlin slipped up the track. That opens the door for Elliott. Elliott takes the lead, but Larson gets the momentum on the high side. Through 3 and 4, Larson rim rides. He's to the race lead and the race win for Kyle Larson in the last race of season 9. How about that for Kyle Larson getting the job done on the last race of the season? What a frustrating season for Kyle Larson. He finally wins in season 9, and Erik Jones wins the championship after that crash we saw with 2 laps to go. So Kyle Larson finally gets that elusive win this season, where it's been super frustrating for him. And look at this pass for the lead. What a brilliant move by Kyle Larson to keep his foot in it. Chase Elliott kind of has to lift off of turn 2 because Larson's on his outside, and that's just going to give Larson the momentum off of turn 3 and 4. As turn 3, he's up by that wall where he loves to be, and he's going to pass Chase Elliott with the momentum. And then Erik Jones is your season 9 champion by default because of this incident that took place on lap 11 of 12 at Detroit Motor Speedway. They go 3 wide. Blaney doesn't expect Jones to be there, and he takes out Jimmie Johnson in the process, and Erik Jones takes the championship. So your point standings, you see Erik Jones, Ryan Blaney, Jimmie Johnson, Clint Bowyer, your top 4 contenders. There's Kevin Harvick. He was the best finishing non-finalist. Chase Elliott ended up finishing 7th this season after he looked poised to make this finale at the white flag in Phoenix, but ended up getting crashed by Kyle Busch, as most of you may remember. Then your 21st through 31st, a bad season for Ryan Newman, Ricky Stenhouse, frustrating season as well. Just some of the back markers here that don't really make every start. Mike Knapp made the most of his starts, collected 103 points in 5 races. Not bad on that guy's part. Now your finishing results at Detroit. Kyle Larson gets the victory finally. Chase Elliott with a nice top 2 finish to finish the season. Keselowski with a top 3. Erik Jones ended up finishing 4th today. Not bad for Erik Jones with having some damage from that 3 wide crash with 2 laps remaining. Then your 11th through 20th, your 21st through 30th, and then the 31st through 39th is where it gets interesting here, because Ryan Blaney, Jimmie Johnson, and Clint Bowyer, 3 finalist contenders out of this one via crashes. So I'll see you all in season 10. Thanks everybody for a wonderful season. Season 9 was a blast. We'll see you then. JJ24, James26, signing out.